Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to talk about Mexico. DPG, did you watch the Concacaf Nations League final?
So you gotta talk about needing a hand, you know.
Oh, I loved it, dude. We'll get to that. We will get to that.
The moment the U.S. lost against Panama, this was basically if it turned into this is Mexico's tournament to win. You know, so again, you know, you're gonna have L3 fans saying, "Oh my God, we're better than the U.S. again." Oh my God, you know, the Mexican press is like, "Oh my God, we're so good again." Oh my God,
Kings of Concacaf, baby.
I know things are Concacaf, exactly. You know what? It's you know what? Unless otherwise stated, you know, unless otherwise stated, or you know, or unless certain organizations are posted, it's tough to play against Mexico and the U.S.
I mean, it is. It is very tough to play against Mexico and the U.S. I watched the final. I actually watched it. Well, I didn't have the sound on, but I watched the final, and I was a little peeved. Like, you know, Mexico scores. When Panama scored, you should have saw our group chat. James was just like, Panama. I forget what you said, and I just sent a picture of Van Halen.
Yeah.
And then our dreams were dashed. So this Mexico team, I don't think looked that good. I don't think it looks that good. Like, yes, Raul Jimenez is back to his bullshit. That man is back to getting bonked on the head. He is back, baby. He's a beast, and that's that. You know, I will say in the last couple Nations League, that is that piece that Mexico has been missing against us for quite some time, and now that he's back to his normal exploits with Fulham and Mexico, I think it covered up a lot of problems Mexico had.
Well, I mean, that's another problem too. Is the chant.
Oh, the chant. I feel like they benefited yet again from the chant. I think the problem with the chant, like, I mean, obvious. Okay, the real problem with the chant is it's homophobic and it sucks, and stop doing it. God, it is so hard not to curse during this. Anyway, it so often they'll wait till it's like they can't ignore it anymore. It'll happen 6-7 times, and they're finally like, okay, first warning. And then they always do the second warning after like 19 times. And then Mexico gets to game plan and chill most of the time against a lesser team, right, who's doing better, so the fans are being pissed. And they get to chill, they get to game plan, they get to recollect, and then benefit from an added 7 to 8 minutes of added time. Like, you shouldn't, like, if you're taking time out from the chant, unless the team playing Mexico is down, you need to let that time's gone.
Did you feel that killed like whatever momentum Panama had?
100%, and we've seen it before. I'm pretty sure the most egregious time we've seen it is when it gave Mexico, like, we were 30 seconds from the end of the Honduras game, and then they added like 7 minutes to the end of it, and Mexico ended up getting a goal in like 8+. Like, I'm like, it sucks. It's stupid. Like, I was at a Fire game, and this was before I was in the section. I was just at a game at Soldier Field. It was actually the first game at Soldier Field I went to. And, like, the kid next to me, he was kind of just being an edgelord, but he did it just, like, one time. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And, like, he felt bad and didn't do it again. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the deal, man? Like, I don't get it. It's driving me crazy, and I think it benefits Mexico more times than not. And that's not what it's supposed to be.
Let's be honest here. Like, FIFA's not going to do anything. Like, you think CONCACAF is going to force Mexico to play in an empty stadium? all that lost revenue, you know,
They
they're not
need
gonna
to,
do anything.
because the fact is they haven't been punished for it, and it's only benefited them, and that sucks because it's encouraged people to do it, and now it's a thing that like it could
I
well, it's
honestly
always been a
think
thing, but it could have died out on its own, and now
I
it's
honestly
a
think
thing.
you got to stop scheduling games in California. You got to just take them to like New England or something,
If they're gonna
somewhere in the
play in America,
Northeast.
yeah. If they're gonna play in America, stop doing it in Dallas. Stop doing it in LA. Right? Like I feel you, but like that also sucks because
Yeah,
that's the whole reason they're doing it is to like draw the crowd. Like, and let's
draw the
not
crowd.
pretend that if Mexico played a friendly in Soldier Field, we wouldn't. Well, I mean, I guess I
I
shouldn't
wouldn't
be.
go.
I shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't just assume. But like, this has sucked, and like we saw it in MLS. We're just gonna see it more and more because people are just way into being edgelords nowadays. And it just, God, you derailed my actual soccer analysis that I was gonna say because Raul Jimenez and
Yeah.
Santi played amazing together. I mean, Santi didn't score, but like he played pretty well, and I think it covered up some issues in the midfield Mexico has that real teams will exploit. And God, what do you think about that handball, brother?
Honestly, that was bad defending. Like, who the hell defends with sticking out their arm? Um, that is very juvenile and kind of a rookie mistake. Like, I get it that you got to first you got to do a better job of tracking your player. Like, if you have no idea if he's behind you or on the side, and you're sticking out your arms like an idiot, come on, you know. Um, it was dumb and it was an easy it was an easy way to give Mexico the trophy. That's all it was. Like,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah, that sucked. That sucked. I don't even know if it would have went to extra time or if it would have just been penalties, but I feel like if you watch it, if you see it, it looks like it was rigged. Like, dude looked like he just did that. But to be honest, you know what he's doing. He's literally running as fast as he can and trying to turn his body to block anything because he lost his man. So he's trying to make
Yeah, no
himself
idea
as
where he's
big
at.
as humanly possible to try and just block, like, visually the ball even, and ends up, as he's leaning, his arm is completely outstretched. And it's just sucks. It just sucked. It just between that and the chant, man, they just ruined what started out to be a pretty cool game, which was, again, it's just with the geopolitics of what's going on in the world right now. It was just nice to not see a extra hypercharged Mexico U.S. game. To be perfectly honest, it was nice to avoid that this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, are you sold on Mexico? Are they kings of Concacaf?
I'm not sold on them. I don't think I'm ever going to sold them now. I think the fact is that with all the money U.S. soccer has, with all the infrastructure U.S. soccer has, I mean, and if we're getting close to the point where MLS might start considering getting rid of all these stupid labels they put on players, like DPs and whatnot, and GAM and TAM and all that crap, if they actually decide to get rid of that, we will be more. MLS itself will be a lot more competitive than what it is now, and actually compete with Liga MX.
We can't let that
Like,
happen. I put all my life savings in TAM.
you know, so